Hi guys. Okay, we've created the haversack, but one of the things that you asked me for after my last video was show me the shelter. Okay, we're going to do the shelter right quick. So I've run out here after work right quick to do a quick setup. I ain't got a lot of time, so we're going to have to do this down and dirty and quick. Alright, first thing everybody asked was, what's the actual weight as it stands right now? So with my little handy weight scale right here, it is less than 5 pounds, like 4 pounds right now. That's the haversack with all the stuff in it that we've recently talked about. 4.5 to 5 pounds. That's what I'm looking at, because I'm setting a goal in my mind. A gallon of milk is 8+ pounds, so we just say 8 pounds. That's a gallon of water, gallon of milk, so everybody knows how much that is. And you don't feel encumbered picking up a gallon of milk and pouring cereal, so you do it one-handed all the time. So half that weight, that's what I got right here. So for an all-day carry fun time, I'm not planning on spending the night bag, but I want something that I can hook and hang on me quick and easy, that this strap's not going to dig into me. And about 4 or 5 pounds is perfectly fine. I can easily access it this way. Now, one of the things we talked about was the flap. I added the flap zipper. Okay, I should say added the flap compartment. The flap was already attached to the bag, but it's a quick and easy. I can just flip it up and stick my hand in and grab what I got to get. In this front corner, I put that loop because that's where I'm going to reach in to get the fire stick. I'm going to pull in and get my Mora out. It's going to be in this front corner standing up because of the way I got that hook. And that drops down. Now the added weight of the shelter system is going to keep it down. Okay? So, now let me set up the shelter system right quick for you and show you how that's going to work out, because it's a mesh hammock and it's a tarp and a ridgeline. So, let me get on to that. Okay, so in my top flap I have 4 titanium stakes. I have an emergency space blanket. I have a sil nylon poncho in military pattern. This is slightly smaller than a full-size military poncho, but more than big enough for what we're going to be needing, because this is actually rain gear and a shade predominantly in this. It can be used in a shelter, and we're going to get to that now. We have a pre-made up ridgeline ready to go in some funky color so you can look at it and go, that's a ridgeline. And I have straps to turn this into a full shelter. So, and also we have the mesh hammock straps and stuff in here. This is used predominantly as a seat when I'm traveling around out here, but it will also serve as an emergency shelter. So let's set up the emergency shelter. I'm going to grab my straps out of it right quick. These are made up by me. I've done videos on them many times. And fairly low down, I'm going to simply just run it around the tree. Just like that. Hook it around the tree and let it lock through that series of knots. Just like that. Now I'll go set my other strap up. Okay, now deploy hammock. I have taken the heavy carabiners free, and we'll talk about those up close in just a second. And I'm going back with the lighter connectors. These are the big load-bearing carabiners like you get for safety chains for a boat. And the two of them together is pretty heavy. I went with 2 small quick links, and these have a load rating stamped on them of 600 plus pounds. Black ain't nowhere near that weight. Spin it down and walk to the other end. Now, put my fingers in the loop and spread out my hammock. It'll spin. There. I'm making sure my ring's not twisted up. Okay, now I've got my hammock slung up low, close to the ground. That way I can sit down on it and be off the ground. I'll throw over, reach down, grab the mesh hammock, spread it out wide, and sit down. Okay? Now, I get into it. Ta-da, I'm in my hammock. I'm off the ground, which is important. If it's cold, I want to stuff up under here with all this dry leaves, make an insulation layer up under me, as close as I can, right under me, right here. But this gives me the basic one. I can take a nap like this. It's like a recliner. Put my feet to one side, lean back. You're comfortable. Just like that. And I'm off the ground. Took me 3 minutes to get it adjusted right. Get out, I roll my feet, grab the 2 things, and stand up. Now that I've got this established, I put up my ridge line. Come uphill, twist, create a trucker's knot. Go through once. Go back, go through twice. And pull it really snug. Do a half hitch. And we're done. Gather up the extra cord. Like that. Stick it up in the V. Take it behind the tree. There's my ridge line. Now I attach my guy lines. And so, here's the emergency shelter. I have my hammock slung. I have my ridge line up. I have my grommet tie-outs to my 4 titanium stakes. And I have my poncho set up as a rain cover, dew cover, etc. Now, this is an emergency shelter. Okay? That means this isn't something that I'm planning to use. What the primary use of this is a shade and a place to sit when I'm out doing woodscrafting, when I'm out doing something. I just want to set me up someplace to rest a couple of minutes. That's what this is. Now, were this winter, I wouldn't be carrying this. I'd be carrying the rucksack because I need that winter environment. But 8 months out of the year down here in my south, this would be perfectly adequate. Keep a little rain off of me, keep me a little bit off the ground. That's it. I'm going to have a fire out here beside me to keep me warm. I ain't got to worry about it. But Blackie, you're going to get hypothermia. The lows at night's going to be 70s. I can keep a little fire. If it's really, really bad, I'll build a fire on both sides of me and stoke 2 long fires and just kind of roast like a hot dog between the 2 of them. I've had to do that before. But this simple shelter allows me the ability to get up off the ground and get out of the weather pretty easily, just like this. I'm fully covered over my head. Rain would drop away from me. Now, if it was going to be very inclement weather, I wouldn't even set it up like this. I'd simply wear the poncho and hunker down against a tree. It would be much drier to do it that way. Miserable night, but you'll survive. Again, the purpose of this set is not to be a camping bag. The purpose of this set is to be a woodcrafting bag, a hiking bag, a loafing bag. I'm just going to go out and do something X activity, and therefore this would be more than adequate. 9 times out of 10, I'm not even going to put up the poncho. I'm just going to sling up the hammock between 2 trees as something to get me up off the ground, as a seat, as a place to sit down while I build a fire in front and have a lunch and keep me up out of the mud or whatever. That's the way this works. But as you can see, you do have a shelter system like this, and it all fits in the flap of that haversack. Quick, easy, and the whole thing with all the other gear is still under 5 pounds. That's what I'm going for. Hope this gives you some ideas, guys. Please leave any questions or comments. And until next time, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.